Spartan fans, welcome you to the Spartans football preview show presented by Mai Day Productions and powered by the Spartans Radio Network. Along with Colin Martin and Matt Nerger, I'm David Rubin. Well, guys, welcome back for the 2013 football season. It's going to be a great one. Some new changes here at Immaculata. And last year, however, let's go back to last year. Piers Frauenheim was in his final year as head coach, got all the way to the championship game against Holy Spirit. They ended up losing that one 30-6. Not a great game, of course, as you can tell by the final score. But now, what was the atmosphere like in that locker room, seeing as how you played on that team? You would know. What was it like after that loss?
It was disappointing. Like, we had a very good season, very strong season. The players, most of the seniors were disappointed, but the coaching staff was looking forward to next season. And I think that was the right way to handle that.
Well, the coaching staff looks completely different this season. They have John Hack as their new head coach. They bring in Scott Shepard as their offensive coordinator, and then Mike Kuchar as their defensive coordinator. A lot of other assistants, but Coach Hack, high intensity. I mean, do you think the players receive him very well?
I do. I think the players buy into the family mentality that they have. They fight for each other, and they want to play for their family.
So let's talk a little bit about the offense and the coordinator, Scott Shepard. Colin, he's going with an Oregon-style offense. I mean, what can you tell us about that?
Coach Shep's offense, he likes the high speed. He'll have mostly 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. Likes a lot of setting players in motion and a lot of misdirection. So.
And then on the defensive side, you have Mike Kuchar, and he's going to be running a 4-3 this year. Obviously, the 4-3 is more common than what they ran last year. Do you think that's going to be the key to the success to help them win the state championship this year?
I think it'll be a key to success. I do. They're deep. Immaculata is very deep in the down linemen. We have great linebackers, and he's a straightforward coach, and the players like it.
Well, right now we have Lex Alexandra sitting down with our head coach, John Hack. Alexa, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lex Alexandra here with Coach Hack. How are you today?
Good. How are you, Alexa?
I'm good, thank you. So you had recent scrimmages. What improvements have you seen over the last few weeks?
Well, I tell you what, we've come a long way. We had our blue-white game, which was kind of more for show than anything else, but the kids really started kind of finding their competitive way during that game. Then we gave them a week off, and our first scrimmage was against Ramapo and Seton Hall Prep, and offensively we performed very well. We didn't finish the scrimmage as well as we would have liked to, but offensively we did some great things. Defensively, we were very solid, but we had several mistakes with regards to our alignment, which is typical for your first scrimmage, and we corrected those in our last scrimmage against South Brunswick, Columbia, and Scotch Plains. Our defense dominated that scrimmage. We didn't let up a touchdown until the end of the day, and they were tremendous. We had a goal line stand. We gave up 30 yards on the first 3 plays to South Brunswick, and the last 7, they got 9. I mean, and that's one of the best teams in the state. So we did a tremendous job defensively. We've come a long way. The kids are really buying into the culture that we're trying to create here. It's a culture that's, we're trying to put our own stamp on it, and the kids really have started to come out of their shell. They've accepted the leadership responsibility that we've asked them to accept, and really their work ethic and their energy and effort have been off the charts. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Offensively, we did some good things. We're a little banged up at the offensive line right now, but they're improving every day, and kids are stepping up, which is a good thing.
And then all the games, the players are certainly excited about certain games. Which one do you think they really are hyped up for?
Well, they better be excited for every game. But we're looking forward to facing Red Bank Catholic coming up in our game scrimmage. But obviously Plainfield's a big one. I mean, that'll be the first time where all their hard work will kind of really show, and it's for real. The lights will be on. Well, not literally, because we play during the day, but that'll be an exciting day for us. You know, it's a culmination of weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of hard work. I mean, these kids have put in more work than most programs in the state. I mean, the padded practices that they had all summer, I mean, they never complained about a thing. They just went out and did their work, and it was tremendous, and I'm real proud of them for that. Ridge is obviously a big rival of ours, you know, and that's our second game. That's our first home game. I'm sure that'll be a special night, and hopefully we can make it more special by coming out there with the W. But you know, Ridge is obviously a big one, and you go through each one of our games, but you know, it's always fun to play Ridge, and hopefully, you know, we'll do a good enough job and get into the playoffs and get some big games there too as well.
So what are you personally most excited for this season?
I get excited every day. I'm a very emotional person, as you know, and I'm excited to see their improvement on a daily basis, and that's what I look for, you know, to see if they're continuing to bring that energy and effort, and that's something that we try to coach up continually, and they're doing it, and that gets me excited. You know, with our last scrimmage, to see the improvement from the first one, back to your first question, that gets me excited. You know, as long as we're kind of going up in the right direction, you know, that's what I look for every day, and they're doing it, and that's exciting to me. I just want us to stay a little bit more healthy, but otherwise I'm very pleased with where we're at, and that excites me. Their personal and team development excites me, you know, so it's you just can't look forward to game days. You got to enjoy the journey, so to speak, and the journey is something that I'm enjoying a lot right now.
And then also we always see the word family on a lot of the shirts and all the apparel. Like, what does that mean to you? What made you want to bring it into this organization?
Sure. Well, family is important to me personally. You know, my family has made a huge difference in my life. I've been blessed with a great one from my parents. I'm one of 6 kids, and obviously I have a little girl, Julia, and my wife. And it's, you know, we're big on priorities here, and I always tell the kids, God, family, and then you. I am third. You know, Coach Fiorina, who coached me in basketball here back in the day, back in the late 90s, he kind of shared that with us, that philosophy, and I've kind of embraced it ever since then. And so family is a big part of what we do. When I got the job and I hired my staff, you know, immediately we kind of thought that we'd treat these kids and each other like family, and that would make a big difference. You know, it's not enough just to coach and do football things, but in order to really make these kids feel important, make them feel loved, which we do. I mean, we really love each other, and we preach that, and you know, we want to be as tight-knit as possible, and we think that'll only equate to success on and off the field. So it's important for us to feel that way. You know, we eat a lot together. We're big on food here, so the meal is part of you know, that family atmosphere. You know, we have our family meal every Thursday or every night before a game, so we'll have 2 Friday nights and every Thursday night. So that sort of stuff is important here, and I think we're doing a great job with it, and hopefully we'll continue to do that going forward.
All right, thank you, Coach Hack. Back to you.
Thank you, Alexa.
All right, thank you very much, Alexa. Back here at the IHS Field of Dreams, guys. We talked about the quarterback situation in the opening, and here we are again. Now, the Immaculata Spartans, they have 3 quarterbacks. They got Izzy Sanders, the transfer from Franklin. He's going to be a senior. Sal Fama, who's also a senior, and then John Phelan, the sophomore. Obviously, these are all guys that they can use this season. Let's talk first about Izzy Sanders' transfer from Franklin. Obviously, he looks like he's going to be the one that's the starter. Colin, you talked about him a little bit in pre-production here. So what do you think of him? Do you think he's going to be the guy they're giving the reps to on September 14th?
Yes, I do think Izzy Sanders will be the starter for September 14th. He's a big, athletic quarterback, throws a very nice deep ball, and it works for Coach Shep's Oregon system.
And then Sal Fam, on the other hand, coming into this year, he was the choice that we thought we'd see because there was nobody else. Izzy Sanders transfers in, and now there's a fierce competition going on. Sal Fama, what do you think of him? Do you think he's the guy they're going to want to go with?
No, I think Sal's going to be the starting quarterback of this team. He's 5'10", 210 pounds. He's team captain. They believe in family and they believe in team, and I think that's what Sal brings out there.
Now, both of you guys watch game film. I mean, what do you notice in film? Any strengths or specific weaknesses on these guys?
I'll take this. I think a strength with Sal Fama is that he's strong and he's athletic, so he runs people over.
And then any strengths with Izzy?
Izzy's a good scrambler. He can, if the pocket breaks down, he can get out and make something happen out of it and find a receiver.
Then you talk about John Phelan. He's only going to be a sophomore this year. Is he truly in the mix?
I don't necessarily think he's in the mix for this year, pending injuries, of course. I think he'll start JV quarterback this year, and he's definitely the quarterback of the future.
So do you think that having him play JV and gaining that experience is going to really set him up to just have an easy transition next season?
It hopefully should be. That's what happened with the former quarterback, Antonio Natale. He played season of JV and then went up to varsity, and it turned out very well.
And then again, we talk about quarterbacks often here, but one of the things you have to think about is who's going to fit the offense the best. I mean, Izzy Sanders, he's more of a passer. Sal Fama, he does more of, just about everything else. I mean, do you think there's a chance they're going to go ahead and use both of these guys throughout the course of a game, or do you think they're going to try and set their hearts on one guy and use him specifically?
I think there's a very good chance of that. Offensive coordinator Scott Shepard, he likes mixing things up. He likes an explosive offense, and I think Sal and Izzy both bring that to the table.
So, guys, you're Coach Hack. Who is your September 14th starter?
I think Coach Hack is going to decide on going with Izzy Sanders as the opening day starter.
Sal Fama.
All right, so a little bit of a disagreement there, but I'm sure only time will tell. We'll figure that out soon enough. And speaking of Izzy Sanders, Lex Alexandra has him right now.
Hi everybody, I'm here with Izzy Sanders. Izzy, how are you today?
Good.
How long have you been playing in the quarterback position?
I've been playing at quarterback for, I would say, maybe 5 years, but mainly through Pop Warner. And then when I came to high school, at first I wasn't going to really play quarterback, but then at Franklin they decided to make me a quarterback.
Have you found your go-to guy yet, the one you can always pass to?
I mean, Ivan's open a lot because he's really fast, but a lot of times when the pocket breaks down, Vinny's always like a really good outlet downfield somewhere.
And do you consider yourself to be a pocket passer or a scrambler?
I think other people consider me a scrambler, but I like to consider myself a pocket passer. Just sometimes the pocket breaks down, and I feel like I'm capable of like making some plays outside of the pocket.
Was it difficult to learn a new offense here at Immaculata?
No, Immaculata's offense is really like similar to Franklin. It's just a few different things, but it's almost around the same thing.
Are you excited to play Franklin this year?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
All right, thank you, Izzy. Back to you guys. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Sal Fama, and first I want to congratulate you on committing to Binghamton College to play lacrosse.
Thank you.
And first off, I want to start off with Coach Hack named you captain in the beginning of the summer. What did this mean to you? Because obviously that's a huge honor.
It meant a lot to me. I mean, throughout my 4 years here at Immaculata, I always dreamed of being a captain, leading the team senior year. And him naming me that early as the only captain was a huge honor. Very, very blessed to have him named like that, and I hope to uphold my position every day.
And you have been playing football for Immaculata for 4 years, and how have you progressed over the 4 years, from when you were a freshman till now?
Oh, a lot actually. I've really grown much, probably about an inch. That's about it. But a lot as a player and as a person, definitely throughout with the coaching staff, the coaching staff that was here, our new coaching staff, definitely improved my skills a lot as a linebacker, quarterback in general. And learn a lot about family here, learn a lot about teamwork and camaraderie, and I feel like I'm a better person as well as a player.
And what are you doing to make your senior year the most memorable year of football? Because it's your last one. I feel like all the seniors really want to bring out, go out with a bang, I guess.
Taking it day by day. I mean, there's nothing you can't look forward. Everyone wants to stay state championship, but that's everyone's goal. So that is our ultimate goal, but ultimately got to take it day by day. Next goal is Red Bank Catholic next Wednesday, so just enjoying every day.
So you've been playing football for 4 years here, so you must have accumulated a lot of memories. Do you have any favorite memory?
My favorite memory is probably DePaul, playing DePaul sophomore year, going there Friday night, cold night. We were the underdogs, and ended up going down 14-0, coming back and winning the game, going to semifinals in the state championship for Group 3. That was probably my best memory here in Immaculata.
And then how have your goals changed as an athlete now that you committed for lacrosse?
They stay the same. I mean, I haven't adjusted my goals in any way, shape, or form. Just stay committed to the game. I hope to play my heart out every day in football, go undefeated, win a state championship, and lacrosse stays the same as well. Not changing anything, same workout routine. So hopefully everything works out well.
All right, thanks, Sal. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Alexa. Welcome you back to the IHS Turf again. And guys, obviously, Sal and Izzy are going to be key playmakers this season, but there are a few others that can't go without mentioning. You guys each picked a guy that you think is going to be a key playmaker for this season, so tell us a little bit about those picks.
My key playmaker is Scotty Royster. He's a defensive tackle, he's very fast, and he's fighting for the center job. He's a fan favorite, and the players love him.
Mine is Connor Mullen. He's a big defensive end, very good at stopping the run, and he also will be playing some offensive line this season.
And then both of those guys last week got the Black Shirt Player Award, so both of them obviously are in good standing with the team in general, and the coaching staff voted on that Black Shirt Award and voted to give it to both of them among a couple other guys. But obviously those two stand out the most, the coaching staff, and with good reason. They're both great players, and obviously Scotty, like you said, he's a fan favorite, really engages with the crowd. And then on the other hand, you got Connor Mullen, who is a big-time playmaker, and that can't be that can't go without being said. Right now, Lex Alexandra is standing by with Scotty Royster.
Hi everybody, I'm here with Scott Royster. Scott, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I know you play defensive end and center. What position do you personally prefer?
I personally prefer defensive end. There's a lot of action over there, and get to make big plays there.
And you've had a few scrimmages so far. What do you think needs to be worked on, and what have you seen that has been improved over the last few weeks?
I think I just need to work on my speed and my strength. It's hard now being a little smaller than the rest of the other linemen, so I just got to get in the weight room and get bigger.
And there has been a lot of new coaches this year. How do you think everyone has been adjusted to them? Do you think they're doing a good job?
I think the coaches are doing a really good job. They're changing the culture, and I mean the team is being completely different than the way we were last year. Practices are no joke this year, so we're going hard every single day. And last year we would just have kids sitting around. So now everybody's doing something at every second of the practice.
All right, thanks, Scotty. Back to you guys.
Well, it's starting to rain a little bit here, but we're still out here talking about Immaculata's upcoming season. Hopefully it doesn't rain on their parade at all this year. But let's talk a little bit about the family. We talked about it earlier, but there's one family in particular that has a lot of representation here. It's the Beek family. They got the twins, Chandler and Connor. They got Griffin, who's going to be a junior, and then they have their father, who's a freshman coach with the program. So, guys, let's start first with the older ones, Connor and Chandler. You're going to talk a little bit about them for us.
Connor, he's the running back for the Spartans this season. Very fast. Him and his brother are about the same size, probably 5'8", 200 pounds. And Chandler's the wide receiver, very quick, very fast. Both of them also play lacrosse. They're going to High Point next season.
Griffin Vanderbeek is he's going to be a junior this year. He's the younger brother. He's very underrated because everyone talks about his brothers. He's going to play D-line this year, and he might possibly get some time on offense, tight end maybe for Joe. Griffin also plays lacrosse. Like Dave said, his family's very big here. They're very good to have around, and it really preaches to the family atmosphere.
And of course, the older ones are very versatile, Connor and Chandler. They've done punt returning and a lot of other positions as well, receiver, halfback. They've done a lot of versatile work for the squad. I mean, do you think these are two guys that really implement the motto, the family thing? I mean, do you think they kind of look at this whole team as a family, even though they have a good percentage of their own family inside the program?
I think it does. I think they bring a very high energy to both sides of the ball and obviously special teams. And I think it's what the coaches like. It's great for the team.
I agree with Matt here. They're very good kick returner and punt returners, and quick cornerbacks. That helps a lot for the Spartans. They can get a lot of interceptions and even take one back to the house.
And obviously, as we said, going to school for lacrosse, so that only goes to tell you how good they must be at lacrosse if that's their better sport than football, because they're pretty good at football as well. And then on the other hand, you have Griffin, who is going to be a junior this season, Griffin Vanderbeek. And obviously, he's a guy that maybe is, like you said, a little overlooked because of his older brothers. But I mean, do you think that come next year he's going to get that spotlight that maybe his brothers had? Do you think he can maybe, let's say, live in the shadow of his brothers right now?
I think Griffin can. He can live up to the expectations like his brothers have. He's a big, strong kid, very good defensive end, good at stopping the run and even getting out on some screens.
So that is the family that Immaculata has. They have a big family in there as well. Griffin, Connor, Chandler, those are guys you're going to be hearing a lot of this season. Of course, the Vanderbeeks, they've owners of the Devils, the family was owners of the Devils. They helped put this turf field in, so obviously their presence in Immaculata is felt well, and their presence on Friday nights will also be felt very well this season.
Hi everybody, I'm here with Peter Falgiano. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. What are your expectations for your senior year?
I think it's got to be a big year. Of course, everybody's expectations are 12-0, state championship, but I think that's basically where it's going to go.
Is there anything that you guys do to get each other pumped up for the games? Anything special?
Most of us are pretty big yellers. We'll get in each other's face and start screaming and blast some music in the locker room. But we're pretty loud guys.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel that playing football with Immaculata has molded you into a better person?
I mean, I'm around Immaculata for all of my life. All my siblings went here. So it's basically almost part of who I am. I've been here so long.
Mm-hmm. Is there any game you're especially excited for?
I think it's got to be Ridge. You know, one of the only teams we lost to last year. We don't know if we'll get another shot of Holy Spirit, but definitely Ridge is probably the one I circled on my list.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Peter. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Connor Mullen. Connor, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
What made you want to, well, I know you're not from around here. You're actually from where I used to live. So what made you want to come to Immaculata instead of Warren Hills?
Well, my first day visiting here my freshman year, well, my 8th grade year, going into freshman year, I really enjoyed the school. I enjoyed the atmosphere, and upon meeting all the players and coaches, I just really liked what they were all about, like effort and just teamwork, everything that the school is about. And all the coaches here have done a great job throughout my 4 years here, and I'm really excited.
So you have been playing football here for a while. So how does it feel for it to be your senior year of football? Like, it went so quick.
It's a little bit surreal. It's weird being a freshman, seeing all the big seniors, and then finally being a senior. It's going to be a good season. I'm really excited for it with me and my teammates.
And how have you grown as an athlete here at Immaculata? I feel like they really do mold you into more than just a football player. They really mold you into an overall human being.
Coach Hack's done a great job this year with emphasizing family in the team and picking each other up and just working together with everything we do, no matter what it is. We're a hard time. We're going to pick each other up and get through it no matter what.
So obviously you're wearing your Player of the Week jersey. So I know the coaches give that as kind of like an honor. So what did you feel like you did to earn that?
Well, the coaches pick a player who exemplifies effort and leadership each week, and I guess I got that. So, yeah.
So it is your senior year of football, you know, your last year. What are your goals for this season that you really are trying to accomplish before it's over?
Well, my senior teammates and I have worked so hard the last 3 years to get to where we are right now, and I really want this year to pay off. I, of course, want the state championship, but we're just taking it day by day, trying to win each day and get into the season and hopefully get that ring at the end of the season.
All right, thank you, Connor. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Alexa. And Connor and Scotty obviously going to be big playmakers, but let's talk about the underrated, the sleeper players, if you will, guys that maybe aren't going to pop on the roster, but come game day, they're going to be the ones that you're going to see a lot of, especially in the highlight reels. I mean, you guys each picked a couple guys you think are going to be sleeper players. Matt, we'll start with you. Who's on your radar?
My first sleeper player would be Alex Hoffman. He's a sophomore. He's 5'10". He's a strong kid. He could really take some time this year at wide receiver and defensive back. Obviously, his experience might be an issue, but he's a fighter. He fights for his position. My second player would be Aiden Szymanski. Freshman year, he played here. Sophomore year, he played at Bergen, but he injury problems and he came back. Aiden plays defensive back, he plays running back, and he's going to kick and punt for us. So he's a big part of our team.
And so far, Aiden Szymanski has been used primarily as the kicker and the punter. He's done a very good job at scrimmages so far, especially yesterday. Did phenomenal in the scrimmage, kicking field goals, probably the best performance out of him all year. So he's starting to come around a little more, and hopefully he'll be ready to go come September 14th. And then Colin, you as well, pick two guys. Who's on your radar?
On my radar will be junior wide receiver Ibn Bailey. He's a big-time playmaker. He probably one of the fastest kids on the team. He can go deep. Very good hands. He'll also be playing some defensive back. And also will be special teamer senior Peter Falgiano. He's a big-time playmaker, loves to force some fumbles on kickoffs and punts, and he's a key player for the Spartans this season.
Well, as far as playmakers are concerned, I'm going to have one of my own here. I'm going to go with the 6'4", 275 offensive lineman, Dan Peltak. Obviously, he's being looked at by Division I schools, so he's not to be taken lightly. And although maybe he's not going to be the one scoring lots of touchdowns, he's going to be keeping the quarterback, whoever it is, very safe in the pocket. So that's something that you got to look for out of him. He is going to be one of those guys as well, and maybe hopefully turn into a leader come next year. With the absence of Sal, because he'll be graduating, going to play lacrosse. So hopefully next year Peltak will be one of those guys that takes over and is the captain, if you will, or maybe even just a leader in the locker room. That would certainly be beneficial because you can't have too many leaders to keep everybody in the right direction. Well, let's look beyond a little bit. We have guys with some bright futures here, not to mention Dan Peltak being recruited. But how about Joe Vidiello? He's injured right now. His return sometime this season is a little questionable. He's going to be going to Boston College next year. He's already committed. We've seen a lot of him on tape, and he's been, you know, the guy that after Tayshawn Bauer left, everybody thought he was going to be that next big guy. Injuries have set him back a little bit for this season, but what do we know about Joe Vitt?
Joe's a big tight end. He also plays defensive end, but very soft hands. He can catch pretty much anything you throw up to him, and that's very helpful for the Spartans, especially within the red zone.
All right, and right now, Lex Alexandra is with Joe Vidiello. Alexa, take it away.
Hi, I'm Lex Alexandra. I'm here with Joe Vidiello. How are you today, Joe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm Good, thank you. First off, I want to congratulate you on committing to Boston College earlier this year.
Thank you.
I know you're getting many offers. What made you feel like Boston College was the right college for you?
Well, I took 3 visits this past year, and I visited like many other colleges, and I felt like I got the warmest vibe from the coaches, and their academic school is phenomenal. I just felt like it was the best place for me.
And before you started getting offers, did you have a dream school that you really wanted to get an offer from?
I was always a college football fan, so I always liked the big time football schools. So yeah.
Do you have any goals for this season that you would like to accomplish? It is your senior year of football.
Well, I'd like to win a state championship game for my final season, and just come out of my comfort zone more, and be a leader.
And was it hard adjusting to a new quarterback? Because I know Sal and Izzy were switching on and off. Was it hard to adjust or no?
No, not at all, because Izzy, he's very like Antonio, so it wasn't too hard.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Alexa. Hopefully we see Joe Vidiello sometime this season. Well, guys, we're at the end of our show for today, but let's talk a little bit about predictions for the season in the big picture. Let's say after the first 9 games, which would be the conclusion of the regular season, what are the records going to look like?
I'm going to say the Spartans will go 7-2, losing to Ridge and Hunterdon Central.
I'm going to go with 8-1, losing to Hunterdon Central, because I think they post the only really thing that we wouldn't be able to conquer.
Well, I'm going to go with 9-0. I'll go out on the limb and go 9-0. So hopefully that'll translate into a state game. But as Coach Hack says every day, it's one day at a time. And that's exactly what the Spartans are doing this season. And we're just under 20 days left until the first game against Plainfield on September 14th. And then the first home game against Ridge. You can listen to all home games on the Spartans Radio Network, myradiostream.com/IHSNJ. Matt Nerger and I with the call on those. Until next time, that's Colin Martin, Matt Nerger, and I'm David Rubin. Thank you very much for joining us on this production of the Spartans season preview, presented by Mai Day Productions and powered by the Spartans Radio Network.